Okay, so anyway, let's first off, before I talk, I'd like to thank my 100 the people that subbed to me. I got to 101 subscribers, what I seen. When I made the video, it was at 100, but then I got another uh, sub, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, sorry this has been late, as always, but I got, I'm getting to it. So I always get to my streams, you know. But again, I would like to apologize for it being so late. So let's talk about Superman and Harley Quinn's new costume and a medieval set DC universe. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Dark Knights of Steel, Battle of the Three Kingdoms, Tales of the Three Kingdoms, excuse me. Um, Dark Knights of Steel, Tales of the Three Kingdoms is another Elseworld story. Out of the many that's out there. If you don't know what Elseworld stories are, it's basically the DC Universe equivalent or what if been around since the 60s, 50s, the Silver Age, and then they were prominent in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. A couple of examples. Well, one is, of course, Dark Knight Returns and all its sequels. Um, Red Sun, um, where, instead of landing in Kansas, I don't know why that happened. Um, Wait a second. Instead of landing in Kansas, um, Kal-El actually lands in the Soviet Union. Um, Wonder Woman in Amazonia, where uh, Wonder Woman fights Jack the Ripper. Just things like that. Um, Give me a second. But yeah, there's like I said, they're prominent. They've been prominent a long time in the 90s and 2000s. So you know, so yeah, this is yet another. So yeah, this is another Elseworlds. So this is from Screen Rant, and of course, as always, the uh, the link is in the description. So Superman and Harley Quinn's new costumes are gifts to DC cosplayers. DC's Dark Knights of Steel gives Harley Quinn and Superman new fall costumes that cosplayers won't be able to resist recreating in the real world. Tyler, the writer behind DC's Dark Knights of Steel, has just shared a sneak peek of the story of the upcoming Dark Knights of Steel, Tales of the Three Kingdoms, gives the fans a first look at the new costumes from Harley Quinn and Superman that are sure to get cosplayers' minds racing. Dark Knights of Steel takes place in a world where Superman's mother and father were able to join him, escape Krypton from Krypton to Earth, landing in a medieval society and quickly using their powers to become king and queen. The series has been following a war between kingdoms as Earth's ruling medihumans turn against the House of El. Um, also, another um, Ellsworth story written by Mike Mignola, who did Hellboy, uh, BRPD, um, and a bunch of other things. He wrote for DC, Marvel, what have you. I actually did two Ellsworth stories, but I'm referencing one because it sounds like what's happening here, and that's of course Superman, of course lands on Earth, um, but it's actually um, he lands in Pennsylvania in colonial times, and basically like runs runs America. So yeah, that's kind of what this is, except it's in medieval times now. Um, However, the Dark Knight of Steel, Tales from Three Kingdoms, #1 will act as an anthology, stories from the characters passing how Batman, Superman, and Supergirl grew up in a feudal reality. Give me a second. Just have to reload the page. Anyway, yeah, this sounds pretty cool. Oh, there it is. Now the writer Tom Taylor has shared a look at Shan Izaki's and Romelu Fajardo Jr.'s art for one of these stories, issue showing a young Kal-El in conversation with Harley Quinn in a world of Dark Knights of Steel. Harley Quinn acting as a king's fool, offering counsel and critique no one else can. As such, she has been in a relatively well-worn costume. However, here she is dressed in a gorgeous gown that speaks in favor she earned from the family. Kal-El is likewise dressed formally with a costume that pays subtle tribute. Deep cut of DC lore. The issue will also include works from Tom Taylor, J. Christoph, Casper Wingard, Michael Bendini, Michelle Bendini, and C.S. Pacat, which I don't know any of those people. Like I said, I don't read um, current comics. Anyway, well, I just did this because I thought the costumes actually looked pretty cool, especially Harley Quinn's, which we'll get to that in a second. While Kal-El's costume is clearly medieval in style, it's also clearly based on DC mainstream canonical Kryptonian formal wear, which I, again, don't know anything about. AKA's worst costume ever. Red tunic, yellow stripes, and white detailing on the arms are drawn from the costume the mainstream Superman wore when he abandoned humanity and became more Kryptonian because becoming a haughty and dismissive jerk. That doesn't seem to be the case here. The basic design translates to medieval clothing, perfectly showing how, with his parents surviving death of their planet, the aliens have brought their own culture to Earth. So, this is um, this is what that's referencing. Like I said, I don't know much about that. This reminds me of what's his name? Um, that's my kid. Hold on, give me a second. I'm actually gonna look that up. Give me a second. Yeah. The costume kind of reminds me of Monel. If you don't know who that is, I'll show you. He's kind of a Superman-like, character with the strengths of Superman and all his powers, but it comes from a different world. But anyway, that's what that looks like. So, um, Harley Quinn's ground is likewise inspired by her traditional playing card motif, with diamond detailings and golden slapstick in her left hand, accessory that speaks to Comida del Arte, inspired of her code name. What particularly interesting about this is that it's just a true bond between Cal and Harley Quinn, which actually hasn't been seen before. It's possible that a story will be set during Harley's original romance with Poison Ivy in reality to a Belle metahuman who rules the forest bordering the Elves' kingdom. Um, Harley Quinn and Superman's new form of costume are guaranteed to inspire cosplayers, which I would actually like to see these costumes actually be worn. Like I said, I think they look pretty cool. Um, Dark Knights of Steel Tales from Three Kingdoms. Number one arrives from DC Comics on September 6th. So let's go to the actual costumes themselves. Get on the Twitter page real quick. All you have to do is just click on it and send you right to the Twitter page. Second. So this is the sketch, or kind of the sketch drawing, the black and white version. And of course, this is the colored version, which I actually do like. I especially like Harley Quinn's costume, especially the diamonds. It's kind of like they took her original costume uh, made by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm and just made it kind of medieval like, and I kind of like that. I really do like that. And Kal-El's looks really cool too. But yeah, I would love cosplayers to actually be to show up in these costumes, like especially Harley Quinn's, um, especially Harley Quinn's, because like I said, it just went off. Like I said, um, the costume itself is just amazing. You know, all the patterns and everything is just beautiful. So yeah, that's our costume for Dark Knights of Steel. Tales of the Third Kingdom. Um, Let me get back. Let me show you. Give me a second. So this is Mono from Legion of Superheroes, and like I said, that Superman costume kind of reminds me of a Mono, um, a Mono alternate costume because I mean that's what I think Mono would actually wear. But yeah, so anyway, that's the costumes, and like I said, I love to see them, you know, in cosplay form, because I think that would be really cool. Um, because they are beautiful costumes. Um, but yeah, that's it for this one. So I'll see you guys later. And again, thank you for the 101 views. Hopefully the 100, subs. Excuse me, 100 subs. God, it's been a busy day. But anyway, thanks for the 100 subs. Hopefully they stick. Like I said, I knew I could get there. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this one, and I'll see you guys later.
Later, dudes.
Peace.